Welcome, Metabolic Challenge. Hello, my name is Coach Jeremy. Happy Monday. It is the Monday before Christmas, and I want to come up with something that goes along with a Christmas jingle, and I just can't think of any. So, hey, it's the Monday before Christmas. We're going to go ahead and get some work in. So, hey, thank you very much. First off, just keeping your health a priority right before the holidays. And secondly, make sure you stay warm. Make sure you got some water. Make sure you have a mat. And we're going to be moving today. I've got some special themed blocks for us, specifically the middle one. But let's go ahead and get to it. Typically, remember, we're going to go ahead and go through 3 blocks. The first one's going to be your warm-up. The next 2 will be pure work. And then we'll get through a little cool down as well. In your warm-up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises right here on my whiteboard. We're going to go 30 seconds a piece on those ones. And we're going to try and really focus on muscles that are going to help us move a little bit quicker. Some fast twitch type of things. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to show you your exercises first. We'll make it fast, and then we'll go through the whole thing. The first one's going to be a rolling calf raise. So I want you to imagine your feet have almost like a wheel on the bottom or a little bit of a curved surface. So you can roll back to the heels, front to the balls of your feet. And all you want to do is try and get as far back in each direction, pressing to that calf raise. And again, we're going to work that for 30 seconds. So again, peel back, toe up, and then press the palms of your feet or the balls of your feet down to get that calf raise up, right? Take your time with that one. Remember, find some balance. Keep that belly on as per usual. Then we're going to take it into a linear leg swing. So linear is that forward back. Find some balance. And what I want you to focus on is the movement at the hip itself, making sure that the movement's occurring from here. And again, if balance is an issue, find something to hold on to, maybe a chair or use a wall. But again, we'll stick on one side for 30 and then we'll switch sides. The next will be a lateral leg swing. So I want my leg to go in front of me just a little bit. Notice I'm using my arms here to help me counterbalance the foot going to my right or opposite direction. So again, we're going to go lateral leg swing again. Same idea, not as explosive. That way you can keep your balance. Just trying to get those hips to open up. We're going to go trunk rotation next. Feet are set hip width. We're going to go side to side. If you feel like you're getting a little bit of lower back issues with this, pivot your feet. Notice how that opens up the hips and helps you rotate. And then lastly, we're going to go with a standing shoulder rotation. So on this one, you go arms out wide. If you want to make some fists, that's fine. One hand behind the head, one hand behind the back. Try and get those 2 points together. And then you bring them out. Keep the shoulders away from the ears as you do the same thing on the other side. All right, 30 seconds apiece. Let's go ahead and start with that rolling calf raise. And again, metabolic challenge starting right now. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, rolling calf raise. Let's go. To the heels, balls of your feet. Pull those toes up, those feet up as best as you can. And what you might feel is the muscle located on the front of your leg, right? Your shin. Primarily the one that we see a whole lot and getting some action and some recognition is what we call the TA, the tibialis anterior. If you've ever had shin splints or maybe some tightness there, that's probably the area that you want to try and address to see if you can relieve some of that pain. Let's go and take it to that linear leg swing in 3, 2, 1, right leg. All right, we go forward, back. Find that balance. And again, if it's on the right side of my leg swinging, just put your left arm out. I'll show you the front view. And that's going to help counteract some of that offset or that imbalance that we might feel. Remember, try not to bend so much from the knee or from the foot. Should be mainly at the hip. Let's go right leg again. Lateral leg swing in 3, 2, 1, switch. So now I'm trying to just raise the leg up, swing it. If you can be mindful of your glutes, find your balance. The glute is going to help you with this movement, what we call abduction, going away from the body. 15 seconds. We'll take it to trunk rotation next. Find that balance. So again, maybe not working on just mobility of the hip here, but getting a little bit of stability in the foot or at least the planted leg. Love that. Always can think of multiple things happening at once. So let's go trunk rotations in 3, 2, 1, side to side. Be free with your arms. If you want to kind of let them just hang, that's fine. Remember, it's called a trunk rotation. So we're trying to essentially rotate around an axis, right? You've got this nice straight middle line here going through the top of your head. You want to rotate around that axis as best as you can. We got 10 seconds. We move it into that shoulder, internal and external rotation from a standing position. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're standing. Arms out wide. You can make fists. That's great. One hand behind, one hand. Again, behind the head or behind the back. And then just switch sides. I might have mentioned this on a previous class, but I have torn a muscle in my rotator cuff. So my right side is missing a lot a shoulder internal rotation, which is what I'm going to right now. And this has been an exercise that's been not just helpful in recovery, but helpful for me to understand what my limitations are as I try and progress through that recovery. Okay, get ready to take it back up to the top. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, rolling calf raise. If now that you've gone through this and you feel confident to move quicker, feel free to do so. Remember, roll back, pull the toes up, woof, press forward, press a little too hard. It's okay if you lose your balance. Okay, this is all about just telling the muscles that we're coming for them and make them kind of experience what we're going to go through before we actually go through it. All right, let's go linear leg swing in 3, 2, 1. I'm on my left leg now, which means you're going to see what my balance is like with a smaller added intensity, a little bit more focus, working from the hip. And as you progress through it, you can start to add a little bit more intensity, a little bit more explosiveness. Find that balance. Oop, there it is. All right, let's switch to that lateral leg swing in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so cross the body, bring it out. Same thing as what we did before. Now, you're like, Coach, balance has always been an issue for me. If you're doing something standing, the first place I would point to are your feet. And what I'm focusing right now are my toes grabbing into the ground and trying to develop and build the arch in my foot. If you get that going, you're putting yourself in the right direction. All right, here we go. Trunk rotation. 3, 2, 1. Remember, if you want, pivot, and that'll help you open up a little bit more. Just don't get too, what we call ballistic with it. So ballistic is where you're kind of bouncing and being really explosive with your end ranges as you go through side to side or moving through movement. 15 seconds. Keep it dynamic. Ballistics don't want to use too often unless we're focusing on power training. All right, here we go. Last 30. Shoulder internal, external rotation in 3, 2, 1. Arms out wide, belly on, shoulders away from the ears, hand behind the head, hand behind the back. Let's go. Can't wait for this next one. And I'll give you a little backstory for it too. Always trying to find some inspiration when I develop programs that we can go through. Hopefully you enjoy them. Awesome. Big reaches, big rotations. Shut it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, y'all. All right, so grab a little bit of water. Cheers. And then let's go ahead and talk about your next block, which I like to title the inner athlete. So whether you've been an athlete or not, again, it's going to be a athletic-driven style of block. Now, what we're going to do is use our mat. And if you've never used one before, I'll explain how it works. But we want to imagine this mat is like an agility ladder. Agility ladder is just essentially like what you think it is. It's a ladder that lays on the ground. It's got little squares, and you can work in and out of it doing agility drills or things that are quick, athletic of nature. So imagine this is your ladder. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see 3 different patterns. The first one is going to be just an in, out. So I want you to do the edges of your mat. We're going to start in taps. So you have your feet in. I just want you to tap out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. The steps, in terms of how big you can make them, it's really up to you. But I want to have control over the way I move over my mat and over my speed and over the accuracy of where I step with my feet, right? Those things are important. So again, in, out. We're going to go down and back. That'll count as 1. Down and back count as 1. We don't have to count it as reps, but that's how much we'll finish in one bout. The next one's going to be a lateral in, out. So I'm going to face my mat here, and I'm going to go side to side. So in, out. As I step out, I'm trying to think about going laterally as well. Quick with the feet, and then same thing. Down and back. That's all we need. Down and back. The last one, freestyle. This is where you get to have fun. What I like to tell people to do is go to something that you think you could think of right then and there, right? You don't have to put a whole lot of brain power behind it. So to me, I always like to tell people hopscotch. Think about hopscotch. You're on the playground. You can go step, 2, step, 2, step, 2, up to you. But again, try and switch it up. Do the same thing on the way back. You can go back to the in and out. You can just come up with something. And again, this is where we get to be creative and have fun with it. All right. So there's your freestyle. Those are your 3 different versions. Now what you're going to do is once you finish one of them, down and back, whether it's the in, out, out, the lateral in, out, or the freestyle down and back, you finish one of those, and then you're gonna go to 3 exercises at a 3, 6, and then a 9 rep count. Okay, 3 for the leg raise. You're gonna lay all the way down on your back. Belly is on. If you need the support, place the hands under your bottom. Legs are together. You raise them straight up until your lower back is about to come off the ground, and then back down right above. Only 3. Remember, if your lower back is causing some issues, bend those knees and regress from here. The next, you're gonna go into 6 of the curtsy lunges. So we're gonna go ahead and stand back up. A curtsy lunge is gonna start feet hip width. As you step back, step to the outside of the opposite hip. So if it's my right foot, I'm gonna step to the outside of my left hip. I come straight down, focus on that front foot, bend the toes of the back foot, and I come up 6 total of your curtsy lunge. And then we're gonna take it to a plank to down dog. So remember, I want you to go flat hands. I'm gonna use my fists again. Still working on that wrist mobility. You wanna go plank position, push up, right plank. Then we just press, downward dog, tuck the head in between the ears, head in between the biceps, and then press back into your plank. We're gonna go 9 of those. So again, one more time. You finish a ladder drill down and back. You go 3 leg raise, 6 curtsy lunge, and then you take it to 9 down to dog. Once you finish the 3, 6, 9, you're gonna go and take it to another ladder drill. We're gonna go back and forth for a 6-minute cap, all right? I'll explain it as we go through it. I'm gonna grab a little bit of water, and then we take off into this workout. What's up, Chad? Chad's over in the back over here. He's about to get this working with us. Hardest work in the room at all times, Chad. All right, here we go, y'all. 6-minute cap. I'm gonna start with that in, out, out, down and back in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Now, there's a couple of things I like to think about as I'm working through this. One is computing the pattern, right? Understanding it on a mental level. And then once you can get that, you can start to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of spice. Okay, I finished my down and back. We go 3 leg raise. We go 6 curtsy. We go 9 plank to down dog. Good. Focus on that front foot and that curtsy. Watch the knee. Knee stays to the middle or outside of the foot. Arch is created. Go 1 more on each side. Perfect. 9 down to dog. Let's get it. Adjust this mat. Perfect. Press as far back as you can. Come back down. Squeeze that button belly. Press as far back again. Perfect. 9 of these. All right, there's my 9. And again, don't try and rush through them, right? A lot of these exercises are gonna make you better as long as you're going through the full range of motion. That should be the case for everything that you do in terms of your workouts. All right, here we go. Let's take it into lateral in and out. If you're with me, you're with me. If not, working on your own pace, that's fine. In, out, on the balls of your feet, quick. All right, so what else do you like to think about when you're doing the lateral drills, coach? Well, I like to think about being light on my feet, right? So I'm 1, mentally processing the movement, but 2, I'm trying to be very nimble, very quick with the way I work. Again, agility-based drills, athletic style drills. And once you finish that 1 down pattern, you're back to your accessory exercises, the 3 straight leg raise, the 6 curtsy lunge, and the 9 plank to down dog. Use those toes behind you. Let them bend. Yes. Good. All right, plank to down dog. Let's go. Now, if you want to add in a push-up in this, feel free. Always a way to make things a little bit tougher. Ain't no shame in your game if you're trying to one-up. All right, the freestyle. So, what else can you do, coach, besides hopscotch? High knees. If you want to make it a hop side to side, you want to go karaoke. I'm not going to explain it, but classic over, under, over. Again, it's really up to you. The whole goal is that we're staying tight, we're staying quick, we're staying fast. I'm going to go to that hopscotch that we did in the beginning. Find it. Awesome. Love that. Going a little faster down. All right, there we go. All right, time check. We just passed that halfway mark. We are over 3 minutes in. And again, I'm sure you were like, wow, that went by quick. Perfect. That's the idea. When we're not watching the clock and we're focusing, things happen a lot faster. Curtsy lunge, I got 6. Find that balance. I like to create those fists to add if I notice that my balance is off. Awesome. And again, you don't have to stay with me. If you're going a little bit behind, a little bit below, that's fine. Plank to down dog is where I'm going next. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Always keep that belly pulled away from the ground, towards the spine. Awesome. All right, so we've gone through each ladder drill one time through, 4.5 minutes in. You got 90 seconds left. Now is the time to turn up the heat. All right, so back to my, what are you thinking while you're working on these ladder drills, coach? Well, now I have the pattern down. I want to add that speed, being nimble, right? But now, can I make it perfect, right? Let's see if we can perfect each step as we apply more pressure in regards to speed. I'm going to go with that in and out. Here we go. Watch out, Nala. Oh, Nala doesn't want me to finish. Thank you. She just wants to work out with us. You guys see that down dog she did? Now, what I noticed is that I added speed. I couldn't cover the width, right? Couldn't get my feet outside. Now I have a pretty wide mat here, so it might not be the same as using a ladder, but something to think about. And again, taking mental notes, something I can think about as I go into my next round. Nala, you're going to be my pillow? Thank you, my dear. I know. Always working out, huh? All right. 30 seconds left. Let's see if we can get this one done. Come on, finish it strong. Samsung, 10 seconds. Let's go. Turn up the heat. Keep it on. Apply pressure. And we finish this block up in 3, 2, and 1. Congratulations. I had a lot of fun with that one. I hope you did too. Again, we call that one our inner athlete. And one day, maybe we'll get some ladders inside the house. All right. Let's go to our last one. We've done an EMOM, every minute on the minute. We've done a chipper, huge rep count. Try and get as many done as you can. Come back to it. We're going to go and finish off with those two concepts put together. So the idea here is that we have 100 sit-ups to finish in 5 minutes. All right. You may not finish all of them at once. You might. But anytime you break from your sit-ups, whether it's because you have to or you want to, they're going to perform 10 glute bridge leg extensions. So on the sit-up, we'll go ahead and show you that again. Nala, excuse me. Thank you, my dear. Okay, so feet down. That helps get you to the top. If you need to swing the arms, do so, but keep your vision towards the ceiling instead of down in front of you. That way, you won't be as rounded at the very top. If you look up, it's going to influence a more neutral spine, right? And that's what we're looking for. Again, you're working as many as you can up to 100, right? That's our grand total number. But every minute on the minute, or whenever you need a break, you're going to come down and go to a glute bridge and then leg extension. Straighten the leg, back down. Straighten the leg, back down. Should be pretty fast, but it's a nice way to break up the reps that you have from the sit-ups. All right, so 5-minute cap, 100 sit-ups. You're going to be able to do a lot more in the beginning than you can towards the end. Option and regression for each one would be just going with a regular glute bridge or going for a crunch. Nala, she really wants to work out with us. I'm going to let her. All right, you ready, mama? All right, let's get this work. Here we go. 5-minute cap. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and start. Next minute is when we go on the minute for those glute bridge extensions, if we need to. I'm just finding a rhythm now. keeping count in my head, focusing on just the task at hand. Readjust. All right, 10 down, 90 left. 30 seconds in. All right, we're at 55 seconds. I just hit my 21st rep. I'm going to give myself a break here. Here we go. First minute down. I'm going glute bridge, leg extension. So the focus here is as you extend the leg, that's really not doing a whole lot. It's the planted foot. Keep the hips high. Press through that foot that's on the ground. All right, we're going back to sit-ups. I finished my 10 right here. Let's go. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. New minute. I just hit 40. Let's go. Awesome. Let's go back to sit-ups. Oh, I'm feeling it. Big time. Whew, guys, a lot of readjusting. That's 50. Feeling that. See if I can last for the minute. Almost there, not 5 seconds. Woo! Oh, there's 60, and we gotta go back to those bridges right now. Let's go. Feels good to break it up, though. Not gonna lie. All right, back to it. Let's go. Blake, I hope you're on this one, because I know you're gonna crush this. But this is right up your alley. Easy glute bridge extension. But the king of core and cardio should be able to knock out these 100 sit-ups, no problem, right? Lost my count. There it goes. Oh, I'm gonna call that 900. I finished, but I'm gonna keep going and working with you guys. 40 seconds. Excuse me, 40 seconds down, 20 left to the next minute. Woo, big belly burn. Remember, at any time you can break up those reps. But let's go with the minute in 3, 2, 1, new minute. Let's go. 10 leg extensions from the glute bridge position. Good. Less than a minute till we're done, y'all. How are we gonna finish? Always my question I gotta ask for you, because I always ask myself that. Remember, at this point is when we maybe feel the most tired, the most exhausted, the most mentally fatigued. But this is the best time to finish off the workout with everything you got. Remember, I like to call it emptying out that tank. You got less than 30 seconds, y'all. Come on. All the way through. Keep that neutral spine. Fight that belly burn. You got 15 seconds. Come on. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Come on. 5, 3, 2, 1. Shut it down. Woo! Wow. Y'all, that was a great one. Come up slow. Catch your breath. Let your belly rest. Lots of sit-ups. Oh boy. Whether you got the 100 done or not. Drink some some water. Be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Awesome stuff. All right, so Samsung, stand up, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna finish standing because we spent lying down a lot of the time in that last block. And this is how we're gonna cool things down. Let's start with something simple. Let's start by just interlocking the fingers and then pressing the palm away. But from here, I want you to start to involve your back and your shoulders. So pull the shoulder blades together, keep them down, and then press them away from each other. We call this retraction as you pull back of the shoulder blades, and then protraction of the shoulder blades. So we're doing a little bit of a dynamic shoulder scapula stretch here, but also getting some hand, wrist, and finger action. Awesome. Let's go back to one that we see a lot, which is a shoulder stretch. Take your arm, pin it across the body. Take your other and bring it across the forearm. You've seen this. All right, now how do we, let's make it more efficient, if you will. So pull your right shoulder down as best as you can. Get it away from the ear. A lot of time when we pull it up, we tend to bring it up here. Again, this is not gonna feel good, so bring that bad boy down. And then I want you to see what you can do as you pull across more, and then maybe ease off that pull. So my left hand here, I'm just trying to pull and make it dynamic and increase the range of motion I can't get on my own by just bringing my right arm across the body. Let's go 2 more here. Again, not purely working in a static type of cool down, which is totally fine. Again, the body just needs a way to flush out some of that stress hormone and ease up the tissue that we just worked on. Let's go left arm, pull across, shoulder away from the ear. Be active, pull back down, pull. Awesome job. Let's go 3 more of these. All right, last one. We're gonna go back to a position that we should always spend time in, and that is a squat. So find your squat feet wherever they may be. And then once you're there, we're gonna go elbows into the thighs, like we call a malasana squat. So create those toes, create that arch, slowly come down, feel your way going to the bottom position of your squat, and then take those elbows, drive them into your thighs. Bam. Now we're getting adductor stretch statically, but we're also creating a fantastic position for us to work and be in when we go to our squat. And again, holding that is just telling our body more and more that we can do this, right? Whether it's for repetitions or for holds. Dump those hips as much as you can. It's okay at the back rounds, but take some big breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. 2 more. Last one. Slowly stand up. Awesome job, y'all. Congratulations. That is your Monday Metabolic Challenge. And again, my name is Coach Jeremy. Thank you so much again for coming out. Remember, this is the roughest time to find motivation to work out. So whether you're doing something or nothing, right, just find time to do a little bit more, just a little bit more. And that'll help you ease your way into the new year. We have 3 more chances to work with me this week before Christmas. You got tomorrow, No Get Up, 8:30, same time as Thursday. And then we have our boot camp at 5:30, which we will bring to a special workout. I already have it programmed and ready to go. Thanks for the inspo, Blake, but we're going to get some crazy stuff in on Wednesday. Anyways, we'll see you then. Have a great night from Noel and myself. See you guys.